Hey guys, we have Janelle, Rooftop, Fuller, Mixing, and the team up here. Thanks for being here. So, for who is watching the playbacks, we're just waiting on persons to come in so we could start our topic. And our topic for today is common single mothers' problems and concerns. We're only going to be here for 1 hour. So we're going to get to the point and stay on the topic. Welcome to anyone that just walked in. I do appreciate you being here. Remember to leave a comment so that I can know who is here and who is not. So, as soon as we have one or two persons that is willing to interact, we will start the topic. Who is here? Hey Jamrock, what's up? How are you doing? I do appreciate you being here. How was your day? I see you take the dog for a walk. So I just dropped the link. You can click it and come up. Okay? So today's topic is common single mom problems and how we get by these problems, right? Your day was great. What do you think are some common single mother problems? Jamrock, or single parenting problems? Jamrock, come up so I can. Oh, you have Wi-Fi. I wanted to go and share it out so they can actually know that I'm actually live. because you know all the YouTube single. Hi Arlene, thanks for coming. Could you share us out once you're here? Arlene, darling, I'd like a make I say flavor. I'd like a favor from you. Could you click the link and come up so that I could go and share the live out? So we could have persons interacting with the topic. If I use the other phone, um, you guys going to hear a feedback. And the numbers that I want to share it to is in this phone that I'm actually on. They were here earlier, Arlene. So I guess they didn't get the notification that the live has started. So I'm gonna get them again, to come. Janelle is not here yet. She was here earlier, but the live didn't start as yet. So she's not here as yet. Jamrak is saying hello, everyone. I think it's you and Arlene alone here presently right now. Where's Arlene? Let me see if I can go on it myself. Because my friend is. I'm trying to find it. So I'm going to share the link out, guys. So give me a second. Hi,
Yeah,
Arlene.
I'm like half naked.
People, Arlene is naked. Okay, let me just go and share it out and come back
Okay.
before you take off
Okay.
your clothes.
Oh, Lord. I'm not so good at this. Okay, let me see the chat. Can't see the chat. See? Okay. Hey guys, hi Jamrock. Hope you guys are well today. Anna sharing out the live, guys. I'm good, John Rock. I'm good. How are you? How's your Sunday? I can't hear anything though. I don't know. Okay. Hey, Escape. Hey, guys. Anna is sharing out the live. So I'm just holding on until she comes back.
Hi, Sean. Thanks for coming. I do appreciate you being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. You know the good stuff. So we're just waiting for a few more persons to be here. Then we can jump right into the topic. So for who is here, and if you don't have the person, you know what to do. But it's not a growth stream. We have Arlene on the screen, and this is her name that is highlighted here. Arlene, are you a single mother?
I am divorced for many years, happily divorced, and a single mom of two girls.
Okay, so divorce is one of the leading factors of single parenting, especially single mothers.
Yeah.
How are you? Long time don't see. I'm good. Rooftop. So this channel is a channel. It's a support group for especially single mothers, but we cater to single parents overall. And as you can see, today's topic is problems and concern that single mothers have challenges with. So I've done some research and I'm going to expound on them, on my findings. We're just waiting for it to build up a little and jump straight into it. Hey Janelle, thanks for coming. So
Hey, Janelle.
here we have Arlene, Janelle. So we know that parenting is hard work, right? Especially when you have to do it alone. So it is hard work overall, but when you have to do it alone, it is double the work, double everything, double the love, double the stress, double the sick, double the good, double the bad. Single mothers are a fast growing segment in today's population. Although our population or surrounding is, getting a little bit more acceptable of it because it is the norm for you to be a single mother. Like what is not the norm is to actually be in a nuclear family where both parents are present. So if you tell someone that, oh, I live with my mother, they, there won't be a problem. But they might say, when you say I live with my parents, they might say, and your father too, you know, because most time the parent is just the mother. So there are many issues that we commonly face because once the father or the significant other, because nowadays parenting can entail two mothers, two fathers, and all of that. Once the other single father is fastly growing, but when you do the ratio of single mothers to fathers, you have more single mothers that are present than single fathers, because when there's a breakup, the mother automatically takes the child. When it's rarely the father fights for the child to live with that child. In most instances, the mother just knows that once we left, I have to take the child. It's always a case where the father pack and gone, leave the child. It's rarely a case where the mother gets up and pack and go and leave the child. So while a lot of us have unique circumstances, most time the majority of the work is left on the mother, right? So some reasons for women to become single parents, there are more, but these are some that I'm going to give. You have withered, meaning your spouse died, your husband died, so you are now a single parent. You got divorced, as Arlene just said a while ago, and normally in the divorce, the mother gets the child because she fights more, or she proves where she has catered more to the child physical needs. So you know how that part goes. So sorry for the noise, guys. Something passing. It could be an unplanned pregnancy, or in most cases, a unwilling father. The father does not want to step up to the plate. He's just not ready to be a parent. He probably disowned the child, denies the child. It's just not what he wants at that time. So the mother is left with the child. And the most common reason is a breakup. Like 90% of single mothers are left with a child because of a breakup. And it's sad, but it's true. So, any of these situation can bring up a legal factor such as custody, child support, residency, restrictions, or estate planning. So we are going to talk about legal issues as it relates to widowed, divorce, unplanned pregnancy, unwilling father, or a breakup. Hi Shane, thanks for coming. I'm good. We're talking about factors that single mothers faced, and how can we deal with it. You can tell us what you think, and we will tell you what we think. So as I said before, guys, this is a support group, so nothing is written in stone. If you have a different experience, you can give your input. So with most of whatever leads to single parenting, single mothers, it might lead you to the courtroom, and the courtroom can take weeks or months, and that is depending on your financial stability at the time. So your financial situation before and after becoming a single parent or a single mother overall is very vital. The moment that you find out that you are pregnant, before even becoming a single parent, you should have a single parent kit That's a little saving that is put aside just for rainy day. And we say this to say that while we're not advocating that you are going to become a single mother, but in 8 out of 10 times, that's how the relationship ends. So if you have something to pull on when you do fall in the situation, because in the earlier stages of single parenting or single mothers, the partner that left does not want to give you any financial help, financial support. So if you don't have anything to pull on, you are going to be a struggling single parent. And that is what you don't want. Because single parenting or becoming a single mother is overall struggling. You don't want to be double struggling financially and with your job title as a single mother. So, single mother saving kit, yes, Janelle, but a lot of us don't have it, but it is required. Just in case, if I even just to provide a 1 week meal for your child, if it's even that. You go on one date, you have your get back money, once you find out you're pregnant, you need to start the nesting where you think about what if my husband dies? What if the father dies? What if the father don't step up to the plate? What if this? What if that? How am I going to get by? You know? So those are things that you should think about as soon as you know that you are pregnant. Another thing that can lead you to the courthouse is custody and living arrangement. So while the man leave you, he might so vindictive, he want to take the child from you too. So you have that to fight. So depending on the involvement of the father, single mothers may find themselves having to deal with custody issues. The ability to physically uphold and emotionally cope with court decisions regarding custody can be very stressful for single mothers. Transportation and visitation schedule can be difficult to manage, especially if the father is rigid in his requests to live far away from you. You'll have that father that tell you, I'm going to be in my child's life, and he wants to be in the child life, but he's fighting you. So he move one city away, yet still every week you have to drive to take the child to him, and then he drives to take the child back to you. But he's spitefully doing that to put you out of your way. But the court is going to grant him custody or co-custody because he wants to be a part of the child's life. Because normally, in most instances, they don't want to be a part of the child's life, right? How the child feel at a drop off and pick up. Um, when you're sharing custody, these are things that single mothers have concern about. When you look at your child's face, when you drop that child's hey fuller, when you drop that child off, the child might be overly happy or the child might be drastically depressed. Either one of them, it is going to be alarming to you as the mother. Because if the child is overly happy, as a parent, as a single mother, we all have questions. Him rather him father over me, or him rather him father over me, or him rather me because him so upon my grandfather, which it's not that he rather is the dad, but we get, we think about that. Hey,
Arvelina,
hi, how are you?
how old that tonight may go? I'm gonna ask
Um,
my name.
Arlene,
Hi, Arlene.
you're muted. And
Hey,
fear
Fuller.
of
No,
the
what's going on?
fear of unknowing what is happening at the other home. So you have your child, you drop him off, you already have fear, say, him probably gravitate to the other parent more than you. But you also have a fear of which woman him a carry the picnic around. Who are going to do there? Are they going
Oh
to
yeah.
Are they going to cook the correct meal? Are they going to tuck him into bed because he's afraid of the dark? Are they take his meds, go to bed, ensure that he takes a shower, eating 3 meals a day? All of those stuff crosses your mind whenever you drop that child off. And one of the biggest fear is the fear of being replaced, you know, by the partner of the father. So you're wondering, because stepmom sometimes do the kiss up. That's where they do everything that the child like. So you are restricting the child from getting that game. As soon as the child goes by the dad, the stepmother gets him that game. As soon as the child goes by the stepmother, he can eat as much as he likes. As soon as the child goes by the stepmother, he doesn't get to do chores. So she ensure that she does enough for the child to want to be around her instead of you. And as a little child, you are going to want the sweets. So wherever the food's there, that's what you want to stay. You don't realize
Mm-hmm.
that they're causing a wedge between you, the child, and your biological mother, right? And another common thing is behavioral issues from the child. So what is tolerated at your home opposed to what is tolerated at father's home. And when the child comes back to you, he has to know on everything what was taught to him at father's house or relearn everything that was taught at your house. So you have that to do with. And we have child support. None of us really plans to put our partners or our partners on child support. But let's face it, finance is one of the leading causes of child support. That's where the dad don't want to ask you financially the child, which leads you to take it to the court and ask for financial help. So child support is money paid to the custodial parent by the non-custodial parent. The custodial parent is the dominant parent, the parent that is present. The non-custodial parent is the parent that is not present. The child does not live with that parent. So all he does really contribute to the financial gain of the child. Not necessarily no emotional, mental, physical, but a little enforcement of child support can only take if the support agreement is made through the court system. So, when time you and him left because you're still in love with him, you say, all right, him say, I'm going to give me $200 a week or $200 a month. And you believe that on a 1 week in drop off a ship and the next week you have to hunt him down. And it's like a whole struggle because that was not a legal agreement, so he doesn't fulfill his obligations. um Child support determinations and requests can be stressful to manage for a number of reasons. So who is single parent? Anil, it's not about being single. We're not talking about a single woman here. We're talking about single parents. If the biological father of the child is not present, if the biological father of the child died, if the biological father of the child is to own the child, those are factors that cause you to be a single parent, not a single mother, because not all single mothers are single. So we have to learn the difference. Okay, Aniel, read the title Single Parents. Thanks for that, Janelle. Anyways, some parents choose to take all child support payment and place them into a bank account in the child's name for the use of the child to use when the child is an adult. That is if you are financially stable to take care of the child. Whatever the dad will give you, might put it in an account. In most cases, that's not the case because, let's face it, to take care of a child is financially struggling. It's rough. So another concern of single mothers are co-parenting concerns. Okay, Arlene. Although children typically live with one parent majority of the time, healthy co-parenting still needs to take place. Co-parenting with a person who no longer lives with you can be very, very challenging, especially as you refine your relationship. Because let's face it, if it's a case where you left on bad terms to co-parent with the person that you cannot see eye to eye with, it's going to be a tussle. Which brings us to communication. So, co-parenting does not mean that you have to be best friends with your child's father, but it means that you have to be willing to communicate for the sake of the child. It doesn't even mean that you have to like him. So, you really don't have to like the boy. You and the boy don't have to depend on no good terms. Him not need to tell us your ear look good, you lose weight, you put on weight. None of that. Him just need to say to you, say, kudos, you're doing a good job with our child. You tell him the same thing. Co-parenting can be healthy for all parties. So true. Thanks, Team Happy, for coming through. And we really appreciate you guys being here. So,
But Anna, wait now.
mm-hmm,
Co-parenting, can be good, based on what Janelle said.
mm-hmm.
If the parents are mature, let's
Yeah,
put that in there.
yeah,
Because 9 times out of 10, you have one mature parent, which is either the custodial or the non-custodial.
mm-hmm,
And then you have the other parent that is not mature and is maybe bitter about stuff that happened in the
mm-hmm,
relationship, and then just feel like they want to make the person life a living hell.
mm-hmm. So
So
what it does mean is you guys have to both be committed to discuss important event issues regarding to the child. So the child have a soccer practice. Me not tell the boy, And two is the baby go to the soccer and God forbid have to go to the ER. That's when you call the dad and say, you know that X and Y have to go to the ER. Why? What happened? He was at a soccer practice. How didn't I know about the soccer practice? You know, in order to have good co-parenting relationships, you have to be willing to communicate, not on a likely basis, but on a need to know basis. While it may not be possible in all situations, and every time you are going to remember to tell them, say this is going to come up and that is going to happen. But there are a few key pointers to remember when communicating with your child's father. Keep each other informed of important extracurricular activity and event. So get a calendar and get him a calendar too. Or make him pay for the calendar if he wants to. But if you guys do not do that and have a day or a time set aside to, you know, keep abreast with what is going to take place next week so that you guys are on the same page, then you guys may argue. Stay positive and cordial when speaking in front of the child. This is hard, especially when you didn't expect that of the father. Whatever happened, you never expect it, and him now make it easier for you. It's so hard for you to cuss him out and style him and do the most. But it is best that you do not curse him out in front of the picnic. That is probably for me one of the hardest thing to do. So me know say I me one that struggle with that part there. Save difficult decision for a time when you can speak alone. So you realize something happen, you go through puberty or whatever, and him start as see girls or nobody discuss that when it's a you see my partner one car or you might have 5 minutes to spare. Discuss that when you guys set a time to discuss, the pros and the cons of the child. Live by the golden rule. Treat your child's father as you would want him to treat you. This is probably what the hardest thing to do because no matter how you treat someone, how you want them to treat you, they may not respect that enough to do the same to you. So that can be a problem, you know, but you have to figure out how to work around it. So another thing is, Janelle said, when parents are very bitter and immature, it becomes very difficult. The struggles can be tasking. So true. I do agree with that, Janelle. I do really agree with that. Roles of romantic partners. At some point, you or your child's father may decide to enter a new romantic relationship. Preparing yourself emotionally for this occasion can take time. It can take high bitter.
Hey
Hold on.
everyone, sorry, I got a little bit of commotion going on around me, but I just wanted to say something. So, in regards, everyone has their own situation, but when I come to mine, when we were together, and he never put his 2 cents even there, being physically there,
Mhm.
he had no say, nothing, or he just didn't want any part of the kids. So now that we're broken up, if he thinks he's going to have a second chance at it, not over my dead body, no. When you had the chance and you were physically there, you did not want to. So now's not the time to come barking up my street and saying, okay, well, these are my kids, you know?
Well, that's how you feel, but
Right.
that's the right way to deal with the situation. If the child steps up to the plate now and proves to you that he can be a good father to his child or children, are you going to stand in the way of that just because you guys were together? He wasn't a
No, but I'm saying when your children need you most and they're young, this is a time where you catch them, you get their attention, you have that bond. You cannot come 10 years later and saying, these are my kids, I want that bond. You did more damage to these kids than you did to yourself. So
yeah.
for me, it's too
But
late. You can't just come back working because I'm not going to be raising my kids 10, 15 years down the road, putting all my mom and dad part of it, and then for you to come be like, okay, these are my kids now. No, that's not going to work with me because that's the struggle of a single mom.
Janelle is saying, especially when the child is very young and they use the child to dangle on a string to dictate control of the other parent. Yes, Janelle, this is oftentimes the case. A lot of time we use our children to navigate to get the partner or the ex to do what we want them to do. Majority of the time that the children are being used is for romantic gain, personal gain, and not for a parental gain.
Sorry, Anna. Sorry, I can't keep my mouth shut. But I'm sorry, Arlene. You know what? When you go through what I've been through, you know what's healthy for your kids, regardless, father or not. Not all sperm fathers are meant to be fathers, and not all fathers who just want to be fathers are. But I'm just saying, when you cannot judge another person unless you've been through their footsteps. Literally, whether it's the single mom or the child. When your own child tells you, I don't want my father around, that's a whole nother level.
So Arlene is saying that it's not healthy for the children, and she was referring to what Bitter was saying. Arlene then went on and said children will always need their father at every age. Agreed. But we can agree to disagree on that too. While they may need the father may be a no show. So it can help. It can be helpful to discuss expectation about when your child should be introduced to a parent's new partner and what role the person should take on before any new relationship start. So if you and the child's father have a good relationship, you guys can say, hey, whenever one of us starts dating and it gets serious, we're going to ensure that we date at least 6 months to a year before we do introduce the child to the person. And this is the requirement of the child. When the child comes over, my new girlfriend can comb the child ear, cook for the child, not cook for the child, not go into the child hair, bathe the child, read to the child, do stuff that mother and child would do, or you guys will need to decide how far is too far for a stepmother or
But
a step.
Anna,
Hmm?
not to cut you off, but Anna, everybody stays that you have some dirty germs, what them call sperm donor,
Mm-hmm.
Hello, guys.
where
Hi.
don't even give you the ability to do that. Because in my situation, I try to be as civil as I can. Keyword try.
Mm-hmm.
But the other party makes it totally difficult. So, how much more can a person take if
Well,
you're
I mean,
always
those
trying?
steps, it not always ever go so. This is how we'd want it to go, but it doesn't always go like this.
Hmm.
Hey,
And that's
Janelle,
Hey,
understandable.
hey, how are you?
I'm here.
Hi, I get it. It's when in the beginning of in every relationship, things sometimes is sweet and sometimes even in the beginning is sour, and sometimes it hurts when the kid, have to go through that battle with you. You understand? And as a parent, both father and you try to protect them as much as possible. And I feel like I get it where Bitter was saying you can't really force no one to be involved in their child's life. And you can't force them. I mean, you just leave them alone whenever I guess they choose to. But then again, your kid is getting old, and if they choose to open that door and welcome that father or mother back, that's something that party would have to work on together with, as
Mm-hmm.
far as that. I get it. She's protecting her child. I don't know your situation. Maybe some, a lot of things. So sometimes you do have to protect your kids. You sit here, we watch the news, and we see certain situation where, um,
So Janelle, let me give you an example. Okay, so
mhm,
like I have my youngest. He's got
mhm,
disabilities. He's almost two
mhm,
and he doesn't walk yet, right? So when I see
mhm.
this bastard sitting on the couch and calling to his kid when he knows his kid can't walk, but for someone else like his mother to grab this child and put him on his lap, like what the fuck is that?
That's
So
lazy.
me taking this kid to physiotherapist and
Mhm,
doing all this and that, and then working my ass off, making sure my kids developing well. Come down
mhm.
15 years down the road, my kids walking and talking and stuff, and oh, now you know your son. That's not gonna happen with me.
Well, that's what you when that's why you had to take the reins in and take over,
Right.
because he was lacking. He wasn't participating as part of. He wasn't helping you.
So
Period. So basically, he just
basically, being in the relationship, I'm still doing both mom and dad. I'm still
right. You
doing
were
everything.
single. You were
Yeah.
single. You was a active single parent in a relationship.
Right. And then when I cut ties off and he doesn't want to answer or he doesn't want to call and ask about his own kids, it's not your time. It's mine and my children's time. So even if you do come down 10 years later, you want to get to know your kids, I can sit back and watch and say they don't want him because they don't know who he is. You raise
Mm-hmm.
and you grow this bond from when a child is younger. This sticks with them at a young age, not when they get older. Because when they get older and they say, no, we don't know who you are, don't come put that on me. But I will stand with my kids. I will not push them to something that they don't want.
Yeah,
Well,
but you
you
know that bitter in a situation like that, they can agree with you, but they can also say, I didn't know him, but I want to know him now.
I guess you'll cross that bridge when you get there, better. Because if
Yeah.
they do ask for that, and
But,
if he's willing to cross that bridge too, I guess you gotta meet halfway, or they have to meet halfway. Hopefully, them big enough, and then can talk
Well,
for
I mean, I
themselves.
have I have my two older ones. They're not young. They know. They see. How come
Mm-hmm.
this guy? He's supposed to be our dad. He doesn't do dad things with us. He doesn't do this. I say, you know what? I tried being the civil person here and there. I tried to push him to do things with you, but it's out of my hands. I can't force someone to do this. So in the end, it's your decision how you see him and what you want from him. They just said, Mom, please divorce him. We don't want him.
but bitter, you that are in your same exact shoe, and you have bitter mothers too, who are holding the child away from the dad because they know they can get child support, and because the dad didn't show up for them. While he's showing up for the children, he's not
But
showing
see,
up
the
for
thing is, here's the thing. Not I don't really say too much on lives, but had his own father did not do this to him, why would he be doing the same shit to his kids? This is where I stand.
Mm. Single parents is a struggle. It's hard. It's hard. It's very hard. But I feel like if you have support from friends and family, it can help ease some of the struggles too.
yeah.
If you have,
But but
if
but then again, I know it's hard, but I'd rather struggle 1,000 times being a single parent than having to put my kids to live with someone who's supposed to be their dad and not being
mm-hmm,
there for them. Just a kind of like a physical shadow or a physical body just being there. I'd
mm-hmm,
rather them live this life knowing that they do have a father, that he's not around, than having one that is around but really not around. It's a
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm,
lot harder on the children. It's kind of like you just have this shadow at home that this is supposed to be my dad, but yet he's not.
mm.
So
Well,
Arlene
hope
said, also,
I hope that can get help and later on not regret that he missed out on his kid's life and seek. I believe in therapy, and hopefully he won't. He can't. Well, he can't blame you. That's on him too. But
Right, right. You know what?
he
Only
can't
God,
because
only
you
God
tried,
knows.
and I feel you tried. You sat through the relationship, and he
Right.
still didn't want to go forth with it. And your kids are
And
too
this is
old.
this is one of the biggest thing. Us women, we do a lot of sacrificing. We shut up, we sit back, we do whatever we can for the children. But when your
Mm-hmm.
children are not getting that part as a father being around, what more can you
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice? My next
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice is for my kids to be happy, not damaged mentally.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I
Arlene
get that
said,
too. I
Arlene
get that.
said,
I
let me
get
get
that.
somebody comments in. Arlene said also, if the father wants to be involved in the child's life and the father is stable, the court can allow visitation. Yes, Arlene, we know that. She said, true bitter, every situation is different.
Right, Anna, but here's the thing. I don't know, like, if the Canadian ways is the same as the American ways, but when a child gets to a certain age, I think at 12, they ask the children, even if, let's say, the father's been gone for all these years and he wants rights, they will
Yeah, they
actually
do it
ask the
here. They
children.
do it here too. They do it here too,
Right,
bitter. When the kid is a certain like 12,
right.
big enough kid, they'll ask. They don't go in the court. The judge take them in the room by themselves and with a social worker and whatever, and sit down with them and ask question and
Right.
ask the kid, do you know how you feel, la 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 la. And on
And
top
if the
of that,
child is not comfortable with having visitations, they might probably want monitored visitations in the
yeah, you
beginning,
can do
especially
that
to the
too.
child.
If
Yeah,
you can tack on monitored visitation.
right, right.
You can do that too.
But you guys got to remember where my background comes in play too. Because if I was to
Well,
leave and
yeah.
pick up and go overseas, I can come back without my kids and he can hold them back there.
Oh yeah, me know, man. Me know that. Me know.
So this is why I have to stand my ground the way I am. Because there's no
Thank
way
God
in
to
hell I'm going
Canada.
to go back there to lose my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
we are going to move on to financial security.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
when it comes down to financial security, most countries have a plan in place. So in the US, you have the Census Bureau where single mothers get a low income um, to help care for their child, and that is to help with the ability to pay for quality child care. Because one of the thing is when you are a single mother, you give your child the child care that is available and the one quality, not just because it's available and you need the help, you take it. Providing adequate nutrients at home. So you might get some food stamps or what's the other one, Janelle, where you can actually go and get the child nutritious meals. Cost of clothing,
It's
ability,
called WIC, Anna. WIC.
yeah, WIC, ability to pay for extra curriculum activity or saving for the emergency and future. So, while this is saying that most countries do provide that, Jamaica provide path. It's not much, but and it's very tedious to even get on the part program. But if you do get on it, the child may get help with lunches at school. You get a little check every month. That it's not much, but you get a little help, right? Here you have food stamp, WIC, and child support. And
Anna, can I just input something in regards to financial? So, I know some people kind of break up and it's just a sudden thing. They don't have anything on the side. But if a mother can sacrifice 2-3 months of worth and save as much as she can before she calls it off, at least it's something to set her.
yeah, that was what I was saying to them. You probably weren't on at the time. That's where you there's a safety net for mothers where you have a single mother saving kit, and this is what you save prior to becoming single. So once the moment you get pregnant, you should start to think about the what if and try to put aside something. And if you didn't do that, the moment the relationship starts to get rocky and you know that it might come to an end, try to save as much as you can before it comes to an end, because when it does, you don't want to not be able to even provide a day's meal for that child. So living on a single income can be challenging for any family. Single mothers often face the additional charges of being the primary parent and the breadwinner of the household. Balancing home life and work life can be difficult and stressful for single mothers. Fortunately, there are many programs available throughout local and federal social services to provide resources for single mothers. Help is available for everything from groceries to home buying, and this is where I'm talking from here in the US. In Canada, it might be different. In Jamaica, it might be different. Wherever in the world you are listening from, it might be different. But there's always a plan set in place to help single parents, single mothers with their children. You just need to figure out how to get the help. It may take a while, but if you do need the help, you will figure it out how to get it. So, our next topic would be providing stability. A key point to remember is what your children need most is love and security. They need you to be present and involved more than they need things beyond those that meet basic needs. So while yes, them want you to provide food and clothes and shelter, they need you to show up for them when they need you. Putting forth your best effort to provide financially for your children is all anyone can ask for. Don't let financial stresses get in the way of meaningful relationship with your children. And this is where you work so much, you work two, three jobs, so the children does not get to see you. You are in and out by the time the child wakes up. So the child know that you are providing for them financially, but you are not presently there. You're not physically there. You're not mentally there. You're not emotionally there. And that's a struggle. You have societal stigmas. Many single mothers experience emotional pain and confusion about how others will view them. This is none of your business. It's hard to say, but no other person out there that is not helping you provide for your child can judge you enough to let it get to you, or should judge you enough to let it get to you. Although our society has moved towards more liberal views about marriage and parenthood, there are still many who view single mothers in a negative light. Kudos to them. We're not all going to get the father staying. So when the father don't stay, it's not your fault, and you don't need to care about what your neighbors think. Single mother, single moms fear being viewed as sexually promiscuous. And oftentimes, even if a one person you see, once on a father, your neighbor one like an old Christian woman, but say she believe in a God, start judge her because somebody else start come around. And a lot of person view dating differently. So for me, dating may be where I am going to go on different dates with different men, and persons may view that as you being promiscuous while you are really just, fishing around to see if you find the right person. Carrying too much baggage, and that is where you have baggages. Well, they're saying that in a relationship that you go in, you get a child, and then you have that to carry into the upcoming or new relationship. Um, Selfishness. A lot of persons view you as being selfish the moment you want to go on a date or go out with friends or take mommy day off or whatever it is that you do to soothe your mind. You selfish because you choose to just take a day off from being, not being a mother, but just finding yourself. So, unable to meet job demands due to needs of children. Poofy kitty pants. Why was this in my recommendations? I guess because probably you search like this, it is recommended to you. I don't know. But thanks for being here. We do appreciate you being here. Our topic is problems that single mothers faces and how to deal with it. So if you do have any information on what we're talking about, please feel free to share your thoughts on it. Guys, big up trying to catch up on some sleep. Have a very early rise in the morning. Okay, Cubans, thanks for passing through. Do appreciate it. Um, Moms today are criticized for being too involved and not involved at all. Moms who work a lot are shamed for missing out on times with their kids, while mom who doesn't work are called lazy. There is no universal accepted vision of what a mom life look like. In everyone's eyesight, being a mother is different. How they view you as a mom is different. You cannot let that get to you. It has to be a case where you know that you are trying your best to do your best by your child. So you can't let the naysayers and the negativity get to you. As long as you feel good about your life choice, Societal stigmas will be nothing more than someone else's opinion. Arlene is calling to Cubans. Single mothers often struggle with feeling guilty. Some of the most common things mothers feel guilty about includes taking away the experience of a family with both parents in the same household. So you know, so you and the man can agree, but you try to stay for the reason of the child. And when you can't stay no more, when you finally leave, it's still a bother to you because you are wondering, should I have left? Should I have stayed? What should I have done? You know? But you cannot let that get to you. You cannot feel guilty about it because it takes two. I, Conroy, thanks for being here. I do appreciate you being here. We're talking about challenges that single mother faces and how to deal with it. So if you do have any insights on what we're talking about, you can share your input. We will appreciate it. Arlene is saying long time Conroy. Working too much. So a single mother might feel guilty because she works too much. And it's typical because you might miss a recital, you might miss a PTA meeting, you might miss the first date, the first dance, the first, all of the first because you have to ensure that that child gets somewhere to sleep. You have to pay the rent, the food, or whatever. Missing out on experiences that happen during visitation with the other parent. So, what if your child is at the stage where he's losing teeth and the child end up lose the tooth at the other parent's house? You might feel a little cut up because you probably was there all along when the child I feel a little toothache and I help nurse the child, but you didn't get to actually see that. Or what if the child takes his first step at the father's house instead of your house? Those are some things that may cause you to think that you are missing out and cause you to feel guilty. Changing the income level and lifestyle. So when you guys were together, the child was going to a prep school, the child was going to a chartered school, the child was doing a lot of extracurriculum activities, the child had more pairs of shoes, were wearing the most trendy clothes. The child was, getting everything that the child need. But now that it's you alone, the child does not have that much pair of shoes. Even have all of the trendy this and the trendy that, and you feel guilty because you know that when it's a two income household, the child would be getting more. No need to feel guilty. One day down the line, the child will appreciate the sacrifice that you make to do give the little that you can. The emotion children experience when dealing with the separation of parents or any uninvolved parent. So, although you are trying your best to deal with the situation, you're not cussing in front of the children or whatever, how they deal with it, it's different because they might be emotionally distraught because they too have a vision to see their parents together forever. You know? So it's really rough to control your child's emotion. So being a single mother is really rough. As humans being, every person is entitled to feel emotion, both good and bad. Guilt is small dose in a sign of your love and can push you to be a better person. However, too much guilt can cause you to isolate, lose yourself, and make poor decisions. If you are feeling overwhelmed by guilt, consider speaking to a professional counselor. Talk to a friend. Join a Mama for Mamas group. Come and talk with us. We will talk with you because each one need one. So, common single mother dating problems are at some point at some point the desire to have a new romantic partner or a new romantic relationship will probably be something that you are looking into. Dating when you have children at home poses an extra set of challenges on top of the standard of dating overall. So, when you're dating as a single mother, you have more to deal with than if you were dating without children. Some questions single mother often ask themselves regarding romantic relationship include: will anyone want to date a woman with kids? And that's true. You might have one and you say, okay, they might, but when you have two and three, you start to question if somebody are gonna really stick around with you and so much children. How will I make time for a new relationship if I'm always doing both mother and father duties? So you will question yourself, and because you're questioning yourself and you don't have the answer, you just don't date because you don't want to not be successful at dating. When do I introduce my kids to a potential mate? When do you introduce your children to potential? No, those are questions.
Let me say something, Anna. Let me
Go
say
ahead.
something, right? I have multiple children, and let me tell you something. It's so hard to date having multiple children because you want to make sure that one, the person's not a pedophile, right? You have to make sure it's like there's so much things like you have to make sure that a person is not a bad influence. So you have to it's like you have to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 TI. I'll look on the person to make sure it's the right person. But sometimes there's so much pretenders in the world where they will have all of this and pretend that everything is good and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get in with them, the same thing that you feared is the same thing that comes out. So it's kind of hard for a single parent to date because it's either you hit or you miss or you hit or you win.
Mm-hmm. Um, you will wonder why I don't like the person I'm. How am I going to deal with that? How will my children's father react my dating life? This is one that should not cross your mind, but it will cross your mind. What your child's father think of your dating life is none of your business or his business, but he'll try to make it his business. As a woman, you deserve to be loved and appreciated in a romantic way. As a mother, it is a part of your job to model healthy relationship for your children. Dating is a natural step in life that should be approached with caution, which and optimism. There are no hard or fast rule when it comes to dating as a single parent. Take some time to evaluate your values and your comfort levels with the different aspects of dating. Follow your instinct, and the right person will come along at the right time. So, oftentimes this goes unlooked when you're a single mother, and that's self care. Single mothers have a lot on their plate, so it is no wonder they always prioritize their self care. So you always put the picnic them needs before you. You know see your foot want rub, but the children want one new sweater, the children want this, so you put off what you want in the case of catering to your child. That is good, but it can be bad. You need to find a balance. Sleeping problems. So, single mothers are most likely to have sleeping problem because they do get the least amount of sleep. From dealing with bedtime issues to managing household responsibilities, single moms take on a lot of nighttime. While this may seem like the only opportunity to get things done, insufficient sleep can lead to serious issues like depression, diabetes, heart disease, driving the work, driving to work the workplace caused by, you can meet them a car accident. You can start forget things. So you forget to pack the child lunch, you forget to go out the child appointment. There's a lot of stuff that you might forget when a lot is it may not always seem easy or even possible, but taking care of yourself is one of the best things you can do for your child or children. When you are well rested, you will be more alert, have more positive attitude, and be capable to do more. So, another factor that we can look into is stress management. Mothers have the tendency to put themselves last. While there is a noble notion, it can lead to poor health and a negative attitude. Being a single mother is hard work and understandable stressful. It is important to remember the old age saying, you can take care of others if you don't take care of yourself. This is especially true for single mothers who carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. There are many simple ways to relieve stress daily, and that will not only keep you feeling good, but also make you the best mother you could possibly be. Get regular exercise alone, or you can even get it with the kid. Find a friend or family member you can regularly vent to. Someone who will just listen and not necessarily try to save you. Don't always try to be the saver, and don't always try to always have a friend that is a saver. Sometimes you just need a person to listen to you, not to tell you what to do, how to do it, or nothing, just someone to listen. Try breathing techniques to calm your nerves. Plan regular adult fun stuff with friends. Choose a relaxing hobby like reading or crocheting. Whatever it is that you like to do. Hair, makeup, cooking, cleaning, but things that will benefit you in the long run. Where to find support? So, juggling work, home parenting, and personal desires can be difficult and overwhelming. Accepting help when offered and seeking support can help you to find a new normal quickly. There are more free and easy ways to find help and support in all aspects of life. So the first thing, friends and family. Get friends and family involved. So if you're not a family oriented person, try becoming one, because when you do have family and friends that are involved, it becomes less tedious for you. Find mom groups such as this that we have here. Call us, text us. We will talk to you. We will try to cater to your needs and, help you to release a little of the stress. You can also go to the playground. You will find other single mothers there that is trying to, take their child to get a little extracurricular activity in. So you could just chat with a mom at the playground. Um, so these are you can to keep your life organized. As I said before, get a calendar and see how you're going to spend your day with or without your child. Practice yoga or meditation that help you release stress daily. Eat healthy and drink plenty of water. Make time to pursue your interests that keep you feeling like an individual and not just a mom. Talk to friends or professional about stress. That can also help you. So those are some of the problem most single parents or single mothers face. And we did give examples of and how to deal with it. So I hope you learned something today. I hope that this live was very informative, educational, and benefiting to you as a single mother. And you may take some pointers from what was discussed here to become a better mother overall. So, I do appreciate you all for being here. And until then, we'll see you next week. Same place, same time. So, bye. Thanks for being here, S&S. Thanks for being here, Connor, Arlene, Cubans, Poofy Kitty, Janelle. Who did I miss? Anil, Sean, Shane, Rooftop. And for all those who are watching and did not comment, I do appreciate you all being here. 75 people watching, but only 12 thumbs up, guys. Guys, please to give us a thumbs up. We do appreciate all that we can get. Yes, Arlene. So for you guys who know that I do have another channel, I'm going live in probably 15 minutes or half an hour. So I'll see you over there. Until next time, stay safe. Remember to take some time for yourself, single mothers, because taking care of you is the best thing that you can do for your child. Bye.